video is sponsored by Kush Online, your home for cute, comfortable, curvy wear. Kush takes the stress out of getting dressed. Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. So, I actually was supposed to upload a video that I already had prepared for you guys, but I saw this post and I really wanted to watch this. I watched a piece of it, but I have not watched the entire thing. So I wanted to come and watch it with you guys. For those of you who are here, as you come in, please take a moment and hit that like button. If you're new here, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button and be sure that the post notifications are on. So when I upload or when I am live, you will know it. Like I said, I saw Jazzy had put up a video today, her and her daughter live. So I was like, yeah, let's go and watch it together. Us, talking about what's going on. I'm very interested in seeing what she had to say, her and her daughter. I don't think I have seen her up that close since. And quite frankly, she said that it's from her daughter's point of view. So my thing is, what is her daughter's point of view? Hey everyone, as y'all come in again, if you will, please hit the like button. Also, let me know where you're from, so that I can also know who is in here, and speak back with you guys. Also, please, if you will, once this video is over, share our channel with your friends, family, subscribers. We're trying to grow over here. I know I spent a period of time really not being active, and it really affected me and the algorithm. She's not my friend anymore, and I guess I gotta live with that. But let's go ahead and get this party started. Like I said, I am going to bring the video in of her. Let me pull it up real quick. We're gonna go ahead and, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and watch and see what they had to say and do a little commentary on this, because I just really thought this was an interesting video. Have any of you guys been through anything like this with your children? Have you been through runaway situations? Have you been through being a runaway? And outside of a safety issue, um, how did you handle it? Let's go ahead and hit play so we can see what she had to say. Oh Lord, I done made a mistake. One moment, y'all. Let me get this back together. Oh, doggone.
That's the goal for this time, is to get through life. I was sitting here recording and Michaela stumbled on by me and she looked at me. I said, "What you think I'm talking about you again?" So I'm gonna allow her to join us if she wants to. Hi. Hey. How are you feeling? Okay.
I don't know how I would feel, y'all. After that child, I'm put
They heard
clothes
a lot about
and
you on
talk
here.
like
I know.
it ain't nothing.
You're
I don't know
aware.
if I can do that.
Very aware. Mm. How do you feel about everything that has happened? It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot, like. like, how do you feel? Like, are you overwhelmed, happy, sad, indifferent?
What's that mean?
What, indifferent?
Yeah.
Bit
I'm
uncomfortable.
surviving.
You're surviving.
Yes.
Is there anything you feel like you could have done differently during this time?
Yeah.
Like what?
Not run away.
Said that right.
Definitely could have started there. That would have been a good place to start. Is there anything before I feel like I'm badgering you? Is there anything you want to ask me?
Not that I could think of right now. Did you have to put everything out there?
Did I have to put everything out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, One, I'm pretty sure you don't feel victimized because anybody who do something to me, I.
So y'all heard what
Good morning, family. How are you? I am on my way to take crumb snatchers to school. Stop covering that face, girl. Nobody trying to get you in on camera. You are not the star of this show. You think you the prize?
I don't know how I keep popping on this video.
Literally everywhere, y'all.
Um, her daughter said to her, "Did you have to put everything out there?" And she said, "Yes." I tend to disagree. She could have generally told us what's going on, told us from the mother's point of view, or from a safety point of view, without basically telling us every intricate detail. Like, we didn't have to know that she sat there for 16 minutes on the phone where her daughter was probably, you know, getting busy. We didn't have to know that. Um, it's quite a few things that she could have kept to herself, quite frankly. So I just disagree with the I have to put everything out there now. I'm so sorry, y'all. I am starving and I chewed on this thing and thought I would be finished before we stopped here, but here we go.
I'm pretty sure you don't feel victimized because anybody who do something to me, I do. I make a video about them.
No.
Yeah, everybody. But also, I'm happy that I did because if I didn't, the things that you was out there telling people, they would have thought that it was the truth. And if from the eye looking in, people would have thought I didn't want you. You was living some rugged life and you was just some runaway living a homeless thug life and your mother didn't care about you. So I thank God that I did share the story because it helped a lot. And I don't think you would be here right now if I didn't share it. And there's a lot I didn't put out there. We can agree on that. So what do you think you can do better? I don't want to say what do you think you can do better to make things, I don't want to say go back to what it was before because I don't want things to go back to how it was before. I want things to be better than what it was. First, on my part as a parent, I feel like I always tell you, I feel like I do a really good job at parenting. I don't want to say the best parent because nobody is perfect, but I feel like I run a pretty good household. And I get that you 13, and I don't want to minimize anything you feel because I was boy crazy at 13. I wanted a boyfriend. Girl, you don't want to know the things I thought at 13.
I
But
really wish
I
she
never
would have
took it
said
this
that.
far. And I feel like the lack of my parenting is why this happened. Because, I feel like trust is not earned, it's given. So I automatically trusted you to say, hey, if I'm going this place, I'm really this place. And if I'm going to do this, I'm really going to do this because you're my kid. So I want to trust you. And I feel like I don't give you any reason to lie to me. So I think the lies caught up to you and it led to go this far. Yeah. But what do you think you could do differently now that you're back home?
Talk to you about things.
And if you don't want to talk to me about things, do you feel like you have other people to go talk to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make sure you have like a healthy space. Like if it's not me, it's a therapist, it's an aunt, it's an uncle, it's a cousin, it's a stranger, it's a police officer. I just want to make sure you have an outlet. And I don't want to take away from you in this situation because I know your mental had to be all over the place. Because in my eyes, I thought like you really ain't care. Like you just out here running away, living life, living lavish. Like you just don't care. But when
You know, this little girl looked like I don't know. She doesn't look to me like somebody who just spent several days back and forth running away and whatever. And she still, in my opinion, she still looks like she don't care.
When we talked and you explained to me how you felt during this time, I kind of better understood where you was coming from. And I want to do my best along this journey to meet you where you at, but I still need to let you know that I'm the parent. And I thought long and I thought really hard, and I said, you know what? When I was young, my mom tried to tell me not to do certain things, and she told me like, "Don't do this and don't do that, and you can't go here, you can't go that." And I used to be like, "Oh, I hate her, I can't stand her." Then when I got older, I was very thankful for it. So I'd rather for you to hate me now or feel like you hate me now and thank me for it when you get older than for me to try to just give up on you. Because if I just say, "Hey, Kayla, do whatever you want to do, girl, live life," I don't think you would get the best outcome from it. You can't see it now, and it's hard to see. And I don't think, as much as I try to convince you it's for the better, you still not gonna understand it, and that's okay.
It's not okay. You need to understand that a parent is a parent, and the parent knows better than you. And their job is to keep you safe. Their job is to make decisions where you're not mature enough to make those decisions. That's their job. So she's still kind of being too laxed with her approach to this young lady.
Because when you get older, you'll be like, oh, I see what my mother was talking about. When you become a mom, when you're much older, oh, I see where my mother was coming from. So I think this is just a part of the process. What's the hardest part? Like, you don't have to tell people like your personal business if you're not comfortable, and it don't have to get too deep. But would any part of you running away, and the purpose of this is because I don't know if your 13-year-old is watching, or if your 13-year-old is where she is. Matter of fact, I want to change the trajectory of this at this point. I feel like the mothers have heard me from weeks and weeks and weeks, and I received thousands and thousands of DMs from mothers saying, I've been where you are. I know how you feel. I can't believe my kid put me through this. Oh my God, my kid ran away. How about I step away from being the parent right now and talking to the parents? And it's you and that 13-year-old or 14-year-old or 15-year-old sitting there, and can you talk to them as if, like, a parent wouldn't understand? Like, give your perspective so they can know that they're not in this alone. And I don't want you to sugarcoat it for me. This you and your homegirl, your 13-year-old friend, your 14-year-old friend. Like, if someone was
It's
feeling
gonna be
how you felt, what would you say to them?
Mm, like in what situation? Like the thing.
Like, what was the reason, like, short term? Because I don't want you to feel like you putting so much of yourself out there. What was your reason for running away? Like, in a nutshell. Maybe they have the same reason or the same feeling.
Because I wanted to like be outside.
They can't hear you, Bookie.
Like I wanted to do. Basically, I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Okay. So if a 13-year-old is right there, she feeling like, I feel you, girl. Like the 13-year-old on the other side of the screen just said, girl, I feel you. I want to do what I want to do too. Period. And it's like, I see you run away, so you think I could do that too?
Honestly, it's not the best thing to do because genuinely, me when I was like away or like especially during this time, I missed my sister's birthday for the second time in a row. Because last year I was with my father, so I didn't spend her birthday with her. This is the second time I'm missing her birthday when I could have been with her for her birthday. And it hit you at the worst times because the 28th came and all I could do was like really cry and think. And at that point, I wanted to really like go home, but at the same time, I was scared of what was gonna happen when I got home. So I just said, you know what, I'm not just gonna go. I'm gonna just wait until I feel like it's actually time for me to go. And that's what I did.
And I don't make kid friendly content, so this is a time where you can add your teenager in a room with you. This is the time for them to sit and tell them they talking to their homegirl Kayla, and you sitting with your homegirl Jasmine. So, okay, that sounds rough, but like for a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, 15-year-old that feel like they could survive in the streets, like give you a genuine opinion. Do you think like mentally and physically it's possible to survive like without your parent in the streets?
Genuinely, when I was outside, I thought I could do it. Like I was like, I don't need nobody. It's not even that I was saying I don't need nobody. I genuinely didn't want anybody. Like, I would say that to everybody who called me, like family members who called me saying, where you come back home? I'll be like, no, I want to be by myself. I don't want to be with nobody. I don't want nothing with nobody. Like, I wanted to be alone. Not really alone, but like I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Like,
and tell them what was the wanted to do, because they feel the same way.
Like, I wanted to stay outside past 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Like, I did not care what time I was coming in. I wanted to like just stay outside, be outside, go anywhere. I was literally everywhere, y'all. I was in Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx. I was everywhere.
How did you get those places? Okay, forget it. I don't want to over because it takes me for a while. You wasn't scared?
No.
Really? Were you by yourself?
No.
Oh, you wasn't scared because you had a group of people with you?
It was a lot of people. Like, the first time I did travel by myself one time, but I only went to Queens, so it wasn't that far. But I traveled to the Bronx with somebody and to Manhattan with somebody, and the rest of the places with people. But
Baby, there's a lot going on right here. I don't know if I could have sat there that soon because she's so blasé about it. She's not talking about it as if there's any regret. Um, she doesn't realize clearly the danger that she put herself in being out there like that. And clearly, Jazz did not know everything that was going on. She thought she was just at the boys' house. Clearly, that was not the case. It is so fortunate that she did not end up hurt or harmed or anything of that nature. It really is. I don't know, guys.
yeah, I was everywhere, and it was certain times where I got like hungry or something, or I needed some clothes or something, and I had to call somebody, and I realized I couldn't call my mother, and I want to call my father. So who else was to school? And I'm broke, so I
And
needed my parents at the moment, but I wanted to be stuck in the mindset to where I didn't want anybody to not, so I didn't text or call either. I didn't text them or anything.
is that a good feeling?
No,
So
it wasn't at all.
So what about to the 13-year-old right now that says, Kayla, I want to be with my boyfriend bad. Like, I'm ready to be up off this. I'm ready to blow this hot dog stand. Tonight, I got my bags packed. I know the code to the door, and I'm running away tonight to be with my boo. Like, what advice, realistically, you would give them?
Realistically, that's not possible. As you can tell, it's really not possible because I'm here. If I was still there, then I would say it's possible. But I'm here, so it's really not possible. Because you seen how many times I left, and you see where I'm at now. I'm here. But genuinely, if your mother wants to give you that option, you can go to the courts and get emancipated.
You thought this through.
No, like I'm saying. Like,
well, not really, because remember when we spoke with the ACS worker, she said in order to get emancipated, you have to show the court that you can
survive on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. That's what I was like. I was like, you know what? I'm about to go to the store, but start working at the deli, make my own money, then go to the courts and get emancipated. I was like, and then I'm not gonna be able to see my brothers, my little brothers, who constantly calls my name. I won't be able to see my sisters, whether we fight or not. I'm not going to be able to see my sister. I'm not going to be able to see my mother. Can't call my mother for nothing. So imagine all that money that I'm making runs out. Who am I supposed to call? Where am I supposed to go? So I just feel like when you get to be a senior in high school, you just get invest in small businesses or something, and then you'll be out of your parents' house by 18.
You adamant about getting the hell out of here.
No, I'm just saying, because you telling me to give them advice as to what they need to do.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, I feel hurt and I feel angry, I feel upset, I feel overwhelmed, I feel all these emotions, but I'm trying to do great and I'm trying to meet you where you at. So it's so easy for me to be mad at you right now. Even I keep telling you, like, girl, I'm over you. Like, I'm ready to hit you with a doorknob, should have split you. Like, I'm over it because I've been through so much. But at the end of the day, I still don't want to give up on you because you're my child and I really love you. So I'm trying as a parent to meet you where you're at. So I'm trying to will myself back to 13-year-old Jasmine to try to at least understand the emotions you're feeling.
Do you guys think that that was the right thing for her to do the way that she is addressing her? Or do you think it might be a little too mature? Because 13 is a far cry from 16 or 18. That's Michaela. This is the 13-year-old who ran away. So she's having a conversation with her about the things that happened. Now, mind you, Michaela just got home. Today is Monday. She spent the weekend at some relative's house. So I don't even think that I feel like she should have been home for a little while before they had this conversation. Um, I just, because we don't know that she's not going to run away again. I could see if she had been home for a week, and she was showing signs of remorse, then they have this conversation. But I just really don't. I feel like the little girl is sitting here and she feels like I'm gonna stay home because my mama got the money. It ain't about I want to be here. I realize how unsafe it was. I realize this, that, and the third. She's just basically saying I couldn't take care of myself. You got the money. My dad got the money, and these people on the street ain't finna give me nothing. That's really what I am getting from her.
And I don't want to be like, them old school parents that just be like, girl, you 13, you ain't got no feelings. You don't know what love is. So what you'll get over it. Even though you'll get over it, I promise you, you won't remember who he is when you're 16. But that don't take away from the now. So that's like somebody telling me, like, I'm depressed right now. And somebody like, girl, next week you won't be depressed. But what do I do right now? Like, it's still very relevant. I'm still feeling it
That's
right now.
true.
So I'm trying to meet you where you at right now, and I'm trying to understand the.
That is true. Why are you trying to go down to the level of a 13-year-old? She is 13. Her brain isn't developed all the way. She doesn't know the responsibility of being a parent. So, how are you guys going to level with one another? And you right, you can't. And I don't know. I just feel like if it was me in her position, I wouldn't be ready for this conversation. Whether it's for my channel or not, I would not be ready for this conversation. Yep. If that little girl had the money to do what she wanted to do, she wouldn't have been at that little boy's house. Her and that little boy would have been gone somewhere. And like she said, she was everywhere, the Bronx, Manhattan. This little girl was out living her best life for real. She did not care. And it was other things that happened that caused her to come home. She didn't come home because it was the right thing to do or because she felt she had no other alternative or, oh my God, I realized, man, being out here is hard. I'm not going to do this. I'm ready to go home. That's not why she came home. That's crazy. Yep, she is too lenient with her. She is. And she is not even, because I would be so mad. I would be so mad. Honestly, my daughter wouldn't be back at home. She would have either had to go to where runaways go to, like a group home, at least for a period of time until she's evaluated and I feel that she's safe to come back home, because all she did is showed her other siblings what to do. I would not be okay and be having this conversation so soon. She and sh Now she's a blogger, but you're right. Every single thing does not have to be on display. And, you could have told her she ran away. You could have generalized the information. But, honey, this girl, she did tell us a lot. Now, she said a few minutes ago, though, although she told us a lot, it was still a lot she didn't tell us. So maybe there's a whole lot more that we didn't know. So maybe what we really know that we feel it so much, maybe it's not so much. I mean, it's no way to really know. But whatever the case is, um, I don't know. This little girl, it just seems like almost a little improv type of thing.
Emotions that you're feeling. And I know you boy crazy. And I never once said you can't have a boyfriend. Never said that. I never once said that, you're
Now, honey, what the hell does a 13-year-old little girl need with a boyfriend? Why is that even something you talking to her about? Why? I mean, it really isn't the time for that. I don't understand why she feels that that's okay. But I guess that's on her. Because I would not be telling my 13-year-old, you can have friends, but you don't need a boyfriend at 13.
boyfriend couldn't hang out with us, or you 13 though. Like you can't go laying up with him, and you can't go cuddling and spending 6 days, skipping school 6 days. Like it's unacceptable. And I just can't fathom why anyone would find it acceptable. So I think we both have to meet each other where we're at. You have to understand that I'm your mom. And I'm never gonna steer you in the wrong direction. And again, like I said, I'll accept the fact of you disliking me right now because you think like, oh God, you wanna ruin my life. That's fine. I'll take it. As long as you're here and you're safe, then that's okay with me. But to the 13-year-old that is still watching, I want you to. I don't want this to feel like a scared straight episode, but I don't. I know probably some of the things you said. They like, oh, I could get past that. My homegirl gonna bring me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich from her grandmother's house. Like, oh, if that's it, Kayla, I could run away. Is there any moment that you want to share with them when you was like, oh, hell no, I shouldn't have did this. Now this is, I can't do this, and I need to be back home so they can know, like, yeah, okay.
When I tell you, everywhere I went, there. First of all, everywhere I go, I was so scared because there's police everywhere. First of all, if you're running away, you got a missing persons report out for you. You can't even be outside. What's the point of going outside if you don't have a missing reported person? Because I promise you, every police officer, as soon as they look at you, they're going to know who you are. Like they're going to know who you are. And then I was on the Citizens app, so it's like everybody knew who I was. Even if it wasn't a police officer, people just staring at me. Like nobody want to go around and just feel stared at. And even if it's not even somebody who like seen it from the Citizens app or seen it from.
Now, I'm not familiar with the Citizens app, but I will say this. Just imagine if some weirdo was out, found out that she was a runaway, saw her out, knew that nobody knows where this kid is. I mean, that could have really ended badly for that little girl. Jen JT says, right now she can't come back to my house when she wants. I remember trying that when I was her age. Yeah, my daughter would have to go through the runaway program and she would have to um, come home once she has been deemed, uh, I guess, cured, rescued, whatever, because we're not doing this. You're not going to just come in and out. And they're not going to tell me that they can't help me by disciplining or taking you through a runaway program. But if you decide tomorrow, after you done been gone for 2 weeks, that you want to come home, I just have to let you right back in my house. No, that's not what we're doing. You're a runaway officially, so you need to go to where they take runaways, and you need to go through the runaway program, and you need to feel you need to feel that. JT says my mother didn't play that. Yeah. JP says it wasn't the oversharing that got me. It was the fact that she kept posting it and didn't take any of the advice given. You know, true, because she did say that a lot of people called her. She said that. She also said that she had thousands of people emailing her and all type of things. When I had at least 3 people respond to my videos about this, talking about the PINS procedure, PINNS. Um, but basically, it's the runaway program. And once the child comes back, if they run away again, they're supposed to go to see the judge. Now, she hadn't spoken on any of that. And also that the cops can go see this child not where they belong and can't bring them home. Okay, fine if you can't bring them home. But I will send CPS to that location because this child is not where she belongs and she doesn't have permission to be where she is. So whatever adult is allowing her to be there, that is custodial interference. That's the textbook definition of custodial interference. And I do not understand how it wasn't adjudicated and the lady didn't get in trouble. I don't get that.
Heard it from anybody. Be somebody who's watching my mom's YouTube channel and they're gonna stare at me. And that's not even, it's not a problem, but like at the end of the day, when you're walking outside, I'm telling you, when I was walking outside, it was that was my moment. When I was walking outside, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. It was 2 o'clock in the morning because we had just came back from my friend's house. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Who was you with at 2 a.m.?
My friends. We was all out.
Their parents let them be outside. Did they run away too?
No.
Their parents just let them be outside at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, that's too much going on, honey. I would have had a heart attack. Oh my good. First of all, who are these friends? Because you over a whole bunch of grown-ups' houses that did not call your mama. Because the first thing I'm gonna do is, honey, what's she supposed to be? And if a parent did not drop her off, where is she going? Because I'll be doggone. She no ma'am, not up in here. You ain't gonna see my ass on the news. Yep. This is too much. This is too much. You know what? You're right about that. Because she did a video a few days ago about her being pregnant. You are right about that one. She needs to go ahead and just make her get on birth control. And really, she needs to put her into a program for runaways. All this counseling mess, that little girl is not receiving none of that. She don't care about none of that. She just a wild child. So she needs to run down through there where the wild kids go. No remorse, no manner. Way too many options for a 13-year-old. Wow. Yep. And you see how she's talking about how she was outside at 2 o'clock in the morning. I will. Oh my God, I would be so scared to tell. My mother would have choked me out. I mean, for real. And what kind of parent is that don't care? What kind of parent is this that it's okay for you to not only be outside that time of night, but be with your friend? Now, sitting on the porch late at night, I don't even know if I would be okay with that, but I would be more okay with that than having you up and down the streets. And I guess, it is safety in numbers. So maybe that was a little smart of them. But still, like she said, one night she was coming back from some friend's house. So this woman that is the mother of the boyfriend just letting this little girl do whatever. Like almost like she want her to, have something bad happen to her. This is crazy.
Go ahead. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. We were on the L train and we were coming back.
On the train.
We were coming back, and then as we're walking to like Junior Street, like we took the back roads because we wanted to take a walk.
That's the whole strip with the crackheads.
So we walked past. We was walking down Sutter, and it was a black car. Like it's traffic outside. Like it's a lot of
And
people
they sex
outside.
trafficking at that time, girl.
We all walking, and then it's this black car, and then we just all we see is a badge. We all just had to book it. We all just had to run, cause I was there. So once I seen that black car, and I seen a black car. I didn't mind. It was pulling over, but then I seen a
Crazy
badge. So
right
we was
here.
like, "Yup, now we gotta run because they coming for me." But they wasn't really coming for me. They was coming for somebody in the house. But still, every time you see a police officer, you get scared.
Miss Gigi,
Like
you are
literally
so
every
right.
single time. And that 2 a.m. moment when I
Girl
had to
has
run,
no
I don't
remorse.
even run. I don't even like
Yeah,
gym.
about what she did.
So when I had to run, I was like, oh no, this is not for the weak. I gotta go home. I hate police officers. I hate seeing ambulance. I hate seeing firefighters. I hate seeing anything that has anything to do with 911.
So being that, like, when I heard other people's stories from their mom, they was telling me like, yeah, my dad had a house to run to. My son had this person house to run to. They always had a house to run to. So tell them what it's like waking up in somebody else's house. Is it regular? Is it?
That's the thing. When I was waking up expecting to be in like my space. But then I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm here. I mean, I ran here. This is where I was at. But still, it's not going to feel the same waking up ever since I was born, waking up with seeing Alyssa, seeing my mother, not seeing Faith because Faith is younger than me, but seeing my mother, seeing Alyssa, it's weird waking up and then seeing somebody else. So now I was like, oh wait, this is not my little sister. It's not my sibling. So it's like, so it was nights I didn't even sleep because I knew if I was to wake up in somebody else's space holding somebody else's little sibling, just not be like mentally okay. Like I would break down. That one time I did go to sleep and wake up with somebody else's little sibling in my hand, I cried because I thought it was Carter. Cause that's my sleeping buddy. That's who I
He
love
loves
sleeping
you.
with.
He loved you more. He loved you a lot.
I
Carter
know.
loves you so much.
I know. He told me that every time I even try to go to the garbage, can I you just to make sure you come back?
Yeah,
That's
he's really bad. But if
that's
there's anybody out there right now that's feeling like, what this part, I really want you to be honest, like as if I'm not even here, you could be truthful. If there's anybody out there right now, I my side for the moms, but I want to hear from Kayla. If they're like in your situation, they feel like, hey Kayla, I'm in love with my school boo, um and my mom won't let me see him, my mom won't let me talk to him, or not even that. Some people are just strictly, they don't know what their parents might say because they too scared to bring it to them, and they're like, Kayla, I really want to tell my parent I'm in a relationship, or I like a boy, or I like a girl. How should I go about it? What should I do?
So first, I like my mom will always make it clear that I can always talk to her, but I never was sure how she would react if I was to do it, so I just never did it. If it was like she knew I had a boyfriend, because I would say it at times, but I wouldn't come up to her personally one on one saying, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. This is his name. This is what I want." I never did that until that day I went to the
that's
hospital.
crazy.
My mom, I was already on the verge of tears, so I just stopped and I actually like you'll never know until you try. No matter what the reaction is, you'll never know until you try. I was in the hospital and I was like, on the
I
verge
would
of a
not be
mental
able to do
breakdown in the middle of the hospital. They would have took me away. I was like, you know what? My mom right here. I might as well tell her everything. So I just went, put my pride aside, and I just told her everything, how I felt, what was going on. I told her everything, and she related to it. She knew exactly what I meant. She knew exactly how I felt, and she explained her story. And she explained like when she went through that time, what it felt like. And I was like, I feel the same exact way right now. And she gave me advice to it. And ever since that took, I feel better talking to my mother. Like ever since that situation in the hospital, I went to my aunt's house, and I called my mother. I called my mother literally the next day morning, saying, "Hey, mommy, I made my decision." Talking to my mother, I FaceTime my mother twice. Wow.
Miss Gigi said, I'm 53 and I used to do the same thing that she's doing when I was 15 years old, all over a boy. And I also didn't want to be home because a lot was going on. Now, this little girl has therapists. The girl that Jazz dates is a social worker. CPS is involved in this situation. School counselor is involved in this situation. So, in respect to what you said, first of all, I'm sorry you went through that. But with this young lady, she's got resources. Now I understand being in a situation to where you don't have resources. And for you, this little boy was probably you escaping. Although, yeah, it's a boy, yeah, it can end badly, but I could see you may have been escaping a situation. And your home life wasn't one that someone was there that could be receptive to what you were talking about or what you had going on. So I get that. Okay. But this is a little girl who's sitting here chatty Cathy, smiling and this and that and the third. From the beginning of this, her mother, with this gentle parenting thing, said she does not uh, spank her kids. She pretty much does nothing but buy their love. Jazz makes a pretty good coin. She has a two-bedroom place. Now, she's in New York, so it's probably still somewhat expensive. Let's be honest about that. But, I mean, still, um, you know, she's got resources. She ran away because she wanted to be. First of all, she ran away because she was embarrassed. She got busted at the boy's house. Because remember when she first went over there and she first left, her mom found out where she was. She had the 360 app on, and um, she was upset because her mama, I said, found out where she was. That's how all of this started. And then once she got away with being away and got a taste of that, it was like, oh no, I like this. I can do whatever. And that's what she did. As a matter of fact, when she came back the first time, I believe is when Jazzy went and bought her because it was around Christmas, if I remember correctly. She went and bought stuff for the kids, gave her money, gave her all this stuff for Christmas because she even mentioned it, threw it up in her face. Oh, well, you was at home, you didn't have no problem taking my gifts and blah blah blah, but you go and run away again. That you shouldn't have even gave her something that would make running away easy for her. You shouldn't have did that. When she showed you who she was, you should have believed her. She's a runaway. She's promiscuous, clearly. And like she said, I just wanted to do what I want to do. It wasn't because she had a bad home or had someone abusing her or trying to touch her or paying her too much attention. Nothing. Look at her face. This little girl is not messed up. And look at her mama face.
I was there. First, I wanted to pretend like I had a question for her, but I didn't really have a question for her. I just wanted to be on the phone with her. So I called her and I just looked to see what she was doing. It's just I just felt more comfortable with my mother. You'll never know until you try, no matter what like relationship you got with your parents. Your mother could tell you if your mother is like not making it clear that she'll support it, just like try to like ask her, but not in the way of you doing it. Because if you don't really put it out there, just be like, hey mom, do you like? Don't say it like straight up, like, oh, do you like gay people? Like, don't say it like that. Don't say it like that, but like, do you support the LGBTQ? And then that's a way you can ask. Like, is the
Now my question is this something else that she gotta worry about? Is this something else she trying to tell us? Yeah, that's I don't even know what to say about that. $1,500 to $1,800. And I look at my income. You definitely would have to make a lot of sacrifices for that. Now, Jazz is she makes decent money, so she can definitely afford whatever. Now, she doesn't have a one bedroom; she's got a two bedroom. But with four kids, it is kind of tight. She should probably try to upgrade, but heck, maybe she can't afford it. Maybe she doesn't feel comfortable enough. Who you saying is a narcissist, the mother or the daughter? Yeah, but you know what? Maybe she should move to a more affordable area. You know what I mean? Um, or maybe she should move into the suburbs, way far out, and maybe the cost structure would be a little different. Whatever the case is, where she is now, she's clearly being able to afford the rent. The kids are not homeless. She spends on them. She takes good care of them. I mean, we can't argue that. And I don't know if she's in the hood or anything like that, but whatever the case is, she's doing all right. And I think for her, it's a comfort thing why she's still in that two bedroom. I really think that. And Miss Gigi, I don't know because I thought it was interesting. She just came up with that. As a matter of fact, let's listen to a little bit more.
different ways you can ask. And just one day you're gonna eventually have to put your pride aside because if you don't do it now, you're gonna have to do it when you get older. And trust me, when you get older, your parents is gonna know by then because I'm pretty sure every single parent knows their child. And if they could be just observing you for a while, trust me, like they're going to know. Kaisha observed when she don't even know them. She just like, I know you're gay. Like
I think as a parent, and this is going to be a shocker for the parents because I know how y'all are, and especially the younger, I'm sorry, the older parents. It's hard for y'all to accept certain things. I know that it's going to be like, not my child, not my baby. You going to wait until you 18. It's
Now, I don't know. This is an interesting turn of events with this conversation. I don't know if the girl is gay or what. But why did we all of a sudden start talking about this? I don't know what's going on. This is uh, definitely unexpected conversation. But how did it get here? And even the mother is talking about that. But then the thing is, let's be honest. Now, Jazzy has children, obviously, so she's been, in a hetero relationship. But my understanding is the last person that she dated was a woman, and this woman lives in the same building. So, with that being the case, I mean, what's really going on? I I don't know. I don't know.
too early. Not that. I just want you to give them some grace and meet them where they're at. Even if you don't to condone it, ask questions and not like, you got a boyfriend? You better not. It's like, hey, your friends got boyfriends? Your friends got girlfriends? Oh, what them other kids be doing? Because I know you don't do it. Sometimes you got to trick them. I know my baby ain't like that. What they be doing? Tell me what they be doing. Best to believe they entertaining it and they doing it too. So just
You know, she speaks in front of her child a little too permissive for me. Um, she's the things that she is saying here is allowing her daughter to know that it's okay for her to conduct herself in this way. It's okay for me. Now, I mean, if she is bi or gay, that's what she is. And if she knows at this conjecture, it is what it is. So I'm not saying speak against or disagree with what is real, but what, I don't know. That's why I guess that's why it's important as parents that we kind of prepare for parenthood, prepare financially, make sure that we are in a safe place and safe space with our kids, make sure that the environment is good, make sure that where we live, other kids in the area, they know um, it's a decent economical area, so you won't, you know, I mean, let's be honest. People of all ages can do things, but usually in the better neighborhoods, there's less BS going on. So if you put yourself in a financial position that you can afford it, like prime example, she's got a two-bedroom. If you already in a two-bedroom in a smaller space, why not make sure that that smaller apartment is in the nicest neighborhood you can afford, and make sure that the kids around your child, come from a background that maybe there isn't, things like drug use, things like runaways, things like some types of abuse, because abuse happens everywhere, let's be honest. But I mean, it's just crazy to me, this situation, and she is way too permissive with the things that she's saying, because I feel like some of the things that have went on, just like her sitting here saying I was bored crazy when I was your age, boy, the things I used to think about, that's letting her daughter know the probability that that can happen. And so what, then she may take it there, maybe not, but with this little girl, it seems like maybe. And then I didn't like how she always was downing and demeaning about her. Why is she so good when it comes to lying? Why is all of this okay? This little girl has lived with her dad, her auntie, and Jazz's brother. Like, she is a problemed child. She's just a wild one. I mean, and so you just have to conduct those type of kids in a certain type of way to kind of harness all of that energy and find something for her to do. But this here is crazy. I just couldn't be sitting here having this conversation, especially this soon after whatever happened. The girl ain't been home 2, 3 days. Honey, you ain't gotta read between the lines. They telling you everything.
Just try to meet them where they're at. And I know that old school mentality of like, you better not ever, and not my goddamn child. It's just like, yes, your goddamn child. And if they're not going to do it in your face, they're going to do it behind your back. And I feel like if we could come to a medium, then we'll be absolutely okay. For example, like right now, Alyssa's here with her boyfriend. She asked me, can she go to his house? I said, hell no. And will. Not that I trust his parents, not that he doesn't come from a great home, because he does. But I'm not comfortable with it. I'd rather for them to be where I can see, where I can hear, where I can look, where I can intervene. Y'all sit in the room. It's just has to be that way. We have to find a common ground. Now, I'm not saying no, you can't, but I'm just meeting you where you're at. And that may be a tough pill for a lot of parents to swallow. And I understand how it can be, but I'm learning every day. And, it is what it is.
She
I hope
is.
that,
She is acting.
a young person and an older person took away from this video. Michaela, this has been a journey, bro.
You know, that's pretty much most of the video, but you're right. This is a lot. This is a lot. And, she needs to find better ways to communicate with her daughter. She also needs to find better ways to to conversate with her, permissive and putting things out there that the little girl may not even be thinking about. Also, she needs to be honest about what dangers lie out there. I don't care if it's sitting down, maybe watching a movie about a child that may have went through something bad. However you have to do it, just to let her know and beware. She's sitting here talking about running from cops, like it's fun and funny. You did not have to be out there. It's just crazy to me. The whole thing is crazy. I mean, the fact that she chose to dialogue with her daughter was pretty cool. The fact that she brought it to her channel was okay. honest, I really think she missed the mark for what she was trying to do because she's, like I said, way too permissive. She talks about things that I'm not going to bring up nothing to my daughter that hadn't already been mentioned or that I'm not sure that she knows about because I'm not going to put no ideas in her head. She's already a wild child. I wouldn't do it. Tell me what you guys think about this. Those of you who are here, as well as those who may catch this in the replay. Let me know what you guys think about how everything went. Let me know what you think about this conversation. Let me know what you think about how Jazz talks to her daughter. And what are your feelings about Michaela and how she acted in this whole exchange? She really did not act like a child who, oh my God, I'm never going to do that again. This happened, that happened. I was hungry. I was this. I realized how important my parents are, blah, blah, blah. It was none of that. It was none of that. Yeah, she does have a counselor, but to be honest with you, she had stopped going to the counselor. Jazz didn't even know for a period of time because she was allowing her to go by herself. This little girl is very she can definitely manipulate a situation. Let me just say it like that, just from the things that she says. But like Jazz said, she just trusted her, even though she's quick to say her daughter will lie at the drop of a dime. You still trust your daughter. So how that work? If you know that she will be dishonest, you have to check and double check, and sometimes triple check. And I don't, she just really didn't. She didn't do that part well. She just didn't. But anyway, guys, let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what you think about the conversation, like I said, and how the daughter reacted. I don't feel she's remorseful. I don't feel that she won't do it again. And I don't feel like Jazz understands that you cannot parent all of your kids the same way. So, as a matter of fact, when she came home, she was like, "Everybody's gonna get off their phone at 9 because I don't want Michaela to feel attacked. Why can't I get off my phone at 9? Why can't I get off at the regular time? I didn't run away. I mean, I don't know. She needs to do better, and she needs to make sure that um, not only that she's meeting her kids where they are, but parenting them where they are as well. It may have been Miss Gigi. She may have went home just because she needed clothes. Actually, I think she went home because she got cornered in a situation to where she was out. Somehow, her mom, the boy, and her friends ended up all at the same place. Jazz brought the police there, and Jazz was like, "It is not okay for her to go to the boy's house." So she said that she wanted her daughter to have a 5150 hold, and also she wanted her daughter to get checked out at the hospital to make sure that she was all right. So with that, um, she ended up going to the hospital. That's where they were when she said they had that long conversation. They was at the hospital. The little girl was getting checked out. Now she asked for a 5150 hold, which is 2 or 3 days, but the girl didn't stay there. The very next day, not only was she not at the hospital, she was at the aunt's house spending the weekend at the aunt's house. So, I mean, I don't know. She she's got to be tough on this kid and let this kid understand what it is and why it is. Exactly why punish everyone. But anyway, that's my time, guys. Like I said, let me know. We'll discuss this further in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for spending time with me. Thank you all who caught it in the replay as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.